New York City, 1933. In the depths of the Great Depression, desperation for money was everywhere. In a dimly lit speakeasy in the Bronx, a group of men devised a scheme they believed was foolproof. Their target was Michael Malloy, a homeless former firefighter with an insatiable love for whiskey. The plan was simple: take out 3 life insurance policies on him, ply him with liquor, wait for him to succumb, and claim the payout. They called themselves the Murder Trust and were certain they had found the perfect victim. But they couldn't have been more wrong. It began with a simple open tab. Tony Marino, the bar owner, offered Malloy free drinks, unlimited alcohol at no cost. Malloy didn't overthink it, he just drank. Every day, from morning until night, for weeks on end. A group kept an eye on him, anticipating the inevitable, waiting for the alcohol to take its toll and cause fatal poisoning. But Malloy? He would simply express his gratitude, wipe his mouth, and return the following day, appearing even more robust. The alcohol seemed less like a poison and more like a strange elixir keeping him alive. Marino was bleeding money, so they decided to take drastic measures. The bartender swapped whiskey for antifreeze, which Malloy gulped down without a hitch. Remarkably, he didn't die. Instead, he asked for more. Next, they tried turpentine. Then horse liniment. Eventually, rat poison blended with wood alcohol. Any ordinary person wouldn't last minutes, but Malloy consumed it all, burped, passed out, and woke up the following morning asking for another round of that new booze. Liquids had failed. They opted for solids instead. The group crafted a peculiar sandwich for Mike: spoiled sardines combined with shrapnel and sharp carpet tacks. They stared in disbelief as Malloy devoured it completely, swallowing the metal tacks without so much as a flinch. The following day, he returned to the bar, grumbling that the sandwich had only sparked a slight hunger. The gang was growing desperate. Winter had tightened its icy grip on New York, with temperatures plunging to -14 degrees. One night, they waited until Malloy passed out, then hauled him to a nearby park. There, they poured gallons of water over his exposed chest and abandoned him in the snow, expecting him to freeze solid. By morning, the bar owner headed down to the basement, and there was Malloy, sound asleep. He casually mentioned he'd felt a bit of a chill the previous night. It was becoming clear, the man was indestructible. Subtlety had long since been abandoned. They enlisted a taxi driver named Harry Green to assist. Tracking down Malloy, they cornered him and waited for the taxi to arrive. When Green sped towards him at 45 miles per hour, the impact sent Malloy hurtling into the air before he hit the ground with a sickening thud. Examining the body, the gang was convinced he was done for. Satisfied, they fled the scene to celebrate their supposed success. 3 weeks later, the bar door creaked open. There stood Michael Malloy, bandaged, battered, but undeniably alive. Dying for a drink, he bellowed with surprising energy. In the end, they abandoned their string of failed attempts. Resorting to a final desperate act, they connected a rubber hose to a gas jet, placed it in his mouth as he slept, and turned it on. It took pure carbon monoxide to bring down Iron Mike at last. He was buried in a pauper's grave, while they set out to claim the insurance money. But fate had other plans. The insurance company grew suspicious, prompting a police investigation. Their clumsy and reckless efforts left too many traces behind. Every member of the so-called Murder Trust was caught, brought to trial, and ultimately faced the electric chair. Though they succeeded in ending Michael Malloy's life, they failed to extinguish his legacy. Here's to you, Iron Mike, the man who refused to leave the party. History holds countless tales they never covered in school. If you're eager to explore the strange, the eerie, and the unbelievable, make sure to subscribe. This journey is only beginning. Share in the comments, what's the most unbelievable survival story you've come across? Catch you in the next footnote.